it's a change, and also it's raising awareness as to what's happening.
Okay.
Because the mainstream media do not show it. It started last Saturday, and all we've heard in the news is Israel, Israeli casualties, Israeli children dying. But for 75 years, thousands upon thousands of children have died. Thousands upon thousands of families have been destroyed. Homes have been stolen. But yet, they're not talking about the Palestinian people. Why? We can talk about Ukraine. We can talk about other countries. But we're not talking about Palestine. We're not talking about Syria, Yemen, Libya. Why not? This is why we have to make the stand. And if it upsets people, it's good, because we're provoking a reaction. We want a reaction because we want people to know that we stand shoulder to shoulder with our brothers and sisters in Palestine. And it is so important, because right now we're going to go home to the safety of our own homes. We're going to see our children. Many mothers and fathers in Palestine will never see their children. They're burying their children as we speak right now. Fathers are carrying their lifeless children. I can't imagine what that's like. I can't imagine the screams of the mothers in the night terrors when they hear the bombs and hear their children crying for their parents. I can't imagine it. And this is why we have to make the noise. This is why we have to say, free Palestine. And we have to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. Thank you.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce the next speaker, representing Friends of Al-Aqsa, one of the co-organisers of today's march, Ismail Patel.
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! 150,000 assalamu alaikum! I regret to say, my friends, I've been standing in front of you for over 20 years, asking for a government to not go for another war. And one thing I've learned in the 20 years is that truth is the first victim of war. Remember, they told us that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction and would be bombed in 45 minutes. That lie has cost hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of people have given their lives for that lie. We have now new lies being manufactured by our government and the BBC, where they want us to see that those who are occupied, those who are subjugated, those who are begging to be treated as humans are seen as terrorists. Yet those who
Stop the killing, no more occupation, end apartheid. We will not stand by and we will not stay silent until we have a free Palestine. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Solidarity.
Today, she's a member of the Labour Party's National Executive Committee. Please give a very, very warm welcome to Jess Barnard.
There are no words in the world that can articulate the horror that we have seen over the past week, and my heart is with all of the grieving families across Palestine, across Lebanon and across Israel, and all loss of human life is a devastating thing to see. The reality is what we're seeing now is bearing witness to one of the most catastrophic acts of violence in our lifetimes. While our governments are cheering along, we need to call on our government now to end their complicity and demand a ceasefire. On this small patch of land in one of the most densely populated places on earth, home to over 2 million people, home to over 1 million children, Israel has dropped 6,000 bombs in Gaza in just 6 days, and the number continues to rise. And that is equal to the number of US bombs that were dropped on Afghanistan over a year. Israel knows that they are carpet bombing civilians and that they are committing war crimes of collective punishment against Palestinian civilians. Israeli bombs have hit refugee camps, residential homes, schools, ambulances, and after demanding people flee the area, 70 more people have been killed.
We are all Palestinians. We have been dehumanized for 75 years. It has been 75 years of waiting for freedom. 75 years of Israeli terror. 75 years of inaction from the international community. We have had enough. We are tired of having to prove our humanity again and again. Palestinians have the right to resist. This is just the beginning. How much longer will the world continue to turn a blind eye to this collective and inhumane punishment? We are horrified. The West is watching Israel ethnically cleanse our people in millions. Not only are they doing nothing, they are active partners in the atrocities. Not only is the UK complicit in this unfolding genocide, they bear responsibility for it. We have been sieged, caged, brutalized, colonized, expelled, imprisoned and bombed for long enough. The brutality continues until accountability is taken. It is time to end the blockade, end the siege, end occupation. Our work doesn't end until Gaza and the rest of Palestine is free.
We need to show them next Saturday and the one after and the one after that for as long as it takes. So please, get home safely, take care of yourselves,